Alright, so how's it going, guys? We have successfully glitched out of theater mode in Ascension Remastered on Black Ops 3. So this is going to be really interesting. This is the first map I'm doing. Do plan to do them all for the Zombie Chronicles, but here we go. First thing we are going to do is check out the Shadowman. In case you didn't know, his silhouette appears here, as you can see. Now, we can kind of tell he's not really, there's no model there. It's just a light on the window. But this light moves ever so slowly. So if you're just looking here, you can see him moving slowly and slowly across. Alright, so just to make sure that Shadowman isn't a 3D model, we're going to go into here and show you that it actually isn't. It kind of glitches a little, so yeah, you can just see it just as you come in. But we're behind the building here. No Shadowman. See, we're actually inside. There's nothing here. Lighting up makes his shadow kind of freak out though. But yeah, there's nothing here. Although, yeah, doing that makes it disappear. So yeah, he is indeed just a 2D object, which is unfortunate. But yeah, just to say like, oh, what if there's someone behind there? There isn't, guys. So you know that now. We've got the Shadowman mechanisms thing over here. This is what you got to throw a Gersh device at this to start it off, to start the Easter egg. You go all the way. I don't think there's anything here. You know, it's just a car, just a truck. We've got the lightning over there, and they've actually gone really far out, like really drawn the distance with these. So we just have the road, just got it ending right there. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see it over here. But I mean, no, like it's really good. I don't even remember what it was like in the original. I think it kind of got a bit foggy the further you got out. But, you know, you got these mountains over here. There's lightning in every single direction, which is actually a little creepy. And actually, just notice this. This, I'm pretty sure, this is kind of like a similar skybox to Zetsubu no Shima. Those buildings in the back. Because when I do the when I glitch out theater mode and I did the same thing for Zetsubu no Shima. It's, you know, it's got the same kind of layout there. So that's pretty interesting that they're reusing it. Look at some huge buildings over here, and honestly, I'm pretty surprised that these weren't 2D objects. I mean, they're that far. We're that far away. That like I'm surprised that they're not 2D. Now, the lightning, oof, Jesus. You can tell this is 2D. That gets that large. I mean, it's that far away. You're not meant to be up this close to it, but yeah. I think the reason it's appearing so much is just because of theater. Like, if I play it, it all disappears. It's all normal. We do have some power lines going to and from Ascension, but it looks like these just kind of just end up going down underground. Oh, they just end in the sky. There's nothing there to stop them. We've got some more silos over here and a dish, but they've got red lights on them, or red squares. Giant red square. Okay, I guess that's meant to represent a big red light because it's not even affected by like the lighting. But hey, at least you know how they do lights now out in the distance. This one over here seems to kind of disappear in the fog. It goes downwards and downwards. Oh shit, okay, we're getting out of bounds. I can't get close to it without it glitching out, but I mean, if we're level with the ground, I'm wondering if you can see that while you're playing. But why does that go so far underground? I mean, I don't think there's much more to see, like at least out here. I mean, they're just all kind of random buildings. I don't see any, like, that would kind of be more interesting. I mean, the only thing that really piqued my interest was that one that was out of bounds. I'm not really sure what the point of that one is. I don't know if you can even see that. So I guess we'll go back into the center, see what that's like. We're up as high as we can go for Ascension, but it's pretty cool looking either way. Like, that right there, that's the whole of Ascension. Right down there. And you really get an idea of how vast it is. Alright, now that we're closer, let's take a look underneath the rocket area. down here. I've always been curious about this area, like even in a normal Ascension, just you can see the edge of it because it's right by the pack punch, you know, and like, oh, what's down here? Is there anything interesting? Obviously, you know, there's nothing, but it's still like just a cool idea to look at it. Something interesting that was pointed out to me was that there's a crashed lunar lander on top of the power room, which is really interesting. I don't think that was there originally, but I don't know. I think that's kind of meant to be like a go at like, oh, there's the 4th lunar lander. So that's a really interesting thing. In the yard behind this wall, there is not much. You know, you got bits of crashed rocket over here. You've got that part hanging there, but other than that, like there's not much here. It's actually pretty empty, more empty than I thought. Over here by the lunar lander site, you know, they've added these roofs up here, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, I don't think it really means anything, but I think it makes the whole area look nicer. I guess it just, you know, you stand up here, you're viewing it. Beneath the rocket here, we do have this area that is playable in the Black Ops 1 multiplayer map. I think it's the launch. Yeah, you can like run over, and that's what Ascension was based off, that multiplayer map. So it's pretty interesting to see that they got these details still the same up here. It is illegal to carry fire. Why is it in English? I mean, this is a Russian based. Back behind this lunar lander area, we do have a fenced off, or roughly fenced off area. Has a lot of warehouses, kind of got like a little power station and this lowish quality building. But I don't know, reminds me of Nuketown a little, to be honest. It's actually pretty amazing how much detail they've gone into, because the room underneath Juggernog, we come over to this window over here, we can see like, oh yeah, you know, the zombies come down both ways, whatever. But we light it up, and I'm sure that many people are going to do this, light up the area. You know, we can see like, oh yeah, normally you would see like, oh yeah, that part's uncovered, ton of paper in here. They create a whole other room just so they could put a pipe in, just because like that vent's uncovered and you're going to see a little bit. You're not even going to see like 90% of this room, but they did it anyway, you know, and like you got to give props for that. All right, looking at the rocket all lit up now. I mean, yeah, it's all pretty much the same. These buildings, I don't think there was anything in these buildings in the original. You always kind of like wonder like, oh, what if we got to play up here? I mean, there's an empty building here with doors that are way too close to the edge, but yeah, it's like, imagine if like they had stairs and you run up and you could jump across and you could also fall. Alright, here we go. We've got a bunch of 2D smoke effects. We've got fire. Trying to shoot down the rocket. Let's try and pinpoint the moment it explodes. Oh, okay, there we go. So, yeah, the fire is just a bunch of 2D shit, but, damn, that is cool. We see stuff flying off. It's, you know, it's not anything. It's not actually rubble, but it's just a cool effect, which is pretty awesome. If we follow the rubble, though, does it actually stay there or not? Nah, damn it. Goes through. Yeah, it just falls through the map. But for some reason they're glowing in theatre. I don't know why. But before we follow them, it's like the screen goes red, and it kind of gives you an idea what transit, well, what Ascension would have looked like if it had transit's kind of reddish colour, which is actually not bad. Like, really gives you that kind of like, oh, hell on earth feel. Alright guys, that is it for Ascension. I don't really think there's much else I can really look for. You know, it's not like Zetsubo or you know, like other new maps where like there's stuff to discover. Ascension, yeah, it's been re-released, but it's an old map. I don't think there's really much more I can discover. I've been under the map, not much appeared there. You know, I've been out here. You know, there's not much out here. In the meantime though, I do plan to do the other maps. I think I might do Kino next, or maybe Moon. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's going to be so much fun to see what, you know, what lies beyond the in-game boundaries of these maps. So I'm going to go, and I will catch you guys later. Cheers!